What's going on, guys? This is Ozzy here from Gotham City Rouges. Okay, so I got another loss, and pretty much it's goodbye playoffs unless I win out, which is gonna be very hard, almost goddamn impossible. Not only would I have to win out, I will also have to have a lot of y'all guys lose. Uh, so yeah, probably not gonna happen. Um, so let's see. How did the Suicide Squad beat me? Um, Georgia managed to beat me. It was a battle of the lowest ranked teams, and he came out to be the better of the two. And he beat me 71 to 54. I have managed to score very little points, and it is just bad, 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 bad. At this point, I would like to just click redo and trade away every player or figure something out. But uh, no real no real point in doing that because then I would just help out somebody else and make it difficult for everybody else. Kind of take away from the fairness of the league, um, which sucks because I think I have a good team. It's just um, bad jobs, bad ads, bad management, bad everything for the most part. Um, Brian Hoyer didn't do anything. Carlos Hyde 5 points. Mark Ingram 5 points. Antonio Brown. It sucks. He's one of the only bright spots on my team, and he only managed to score 3 points because of the Big Ben injury. Adam Hearns not playing how he did last year. Travis Kelsey, one of the bright spots on my team, didn't do anything. Giovanni Bernard looks like he's gonna be getting the more carries than Jeremy Hill, but still not enough. So I managed to have everybody except for Brian Hoyer and my kicker scoring in single digit points, 0 points for my Rams. I left Cameron Meredith on the bench, so he actually looks pretty legit. So I don't have to put a waiver claim on for him this week. But you know, everybody else is just for the most part everybody else is droppable. So I really don't know what to do, and I don't want to bomb my team and just drop everyone or start trading pieces away. Again, I don't want to make it too easy for anybody else. For the most part, at this point, the only thing I could try to do now is just beat someone I'm not supposed to beat. Ruin someone else's chances of making the playoffs. Even though sounds kind of selfish or kind of fucked up, but at this point, that's the only thing I got going for me. Drew Brees, 32 points. Le'Veon Bell, LeGarrette Blount, 12 and 13. That right there, for the most part, beat my team already. Uh, which kind of sucks because George's team did not do that great. I was the only player he could have beat this week for the most part. So, congratulations, George. You won. Hopefully, you can turn it around, and your division is actually a little harder than mine. But hopefully, you can turn around and make it to the playoffs. All right, so let's see what everybody else is doing. How everybody else did. It was a pretty good week in fantasy football. I was at the Texans game. Game was badass. I was one of the few people who actually did not leave the stadium. I did leave my seats. I was about to leave. Had the coach scored again, I would have left. But I didn't believe. We just walked around the stadium and went down to the better section. My seats weren't that great. Uh, we went down to the first section and watched the remaining of the game there and the overtime. So yeah, it was worth it. It was real fun too. So alright guys, so let's check out the other team. Alright, so let's check out what Dark Adele and Super Sauce did. Dark Adele came out with the win, 80 to 73. Uh, Robert Gronkowski was the only person that showed up for Super Sauce. He also left a lot of points on the bench. Kendall Wright, Matt Ryan, Jamal Charles. So it was a bad week for Super Sauce. He should have had he set up a better lineup. He would have won very easily. Let's see what Fernando did. Dr. Dale. Tom Brady, Ezekiel Elliott, and Mason Crosby. Only double-digit scoring people on his team. Now, again, he did have a pretty good bench, mostly James White, so he left some points on the bench himself. But all in all, he came off with a really easy win. Let's see, did anybody? Greg Olsen didn't have that great of a game, even though it was a shootout. Chris Hogan didn't do much. Texas defense didn't do much. Ezekiel Elliott looks legit, man. Looks like one of the top 5 running backs in the league. So he's easily cruising to win. What went wrong for Super Sauce? Big Ben got injured. Eddie Lacy wasn't 100%. Melvin Gordon probably didn't score no touchdowns, it looks like. Emmanuel Sanders didn't score anything. Michael Crabtree didn't do anything. Marvin Jones didn't do much, even though it was a shootout. And don't mind the train. The train tracks are literally 20 feet from my door. 30 feet. Parking lot, train tracks. So, yeah, like I said, had he started, mix it up a little bit, he would have won very easily. He probably could have cracked 100 points. He does have, he is in a good spot though, even though Big Ben is down now. He has Matt Ryan, so it's going to be an easy fix for him as far as finding a new quarterback. So I didn't make a prediction video last week, but I actually thought Super Sauce was going to beat Fernando. I actually told him that too, and he got kind of upset. But yeah, let's see what the next guys did. Okay, so Taco Court versus Pie Inc. It's good to see that Garza changed his name. His name was Ozzy. 99 Problems. Ozzy's not one. So this guys, they made a bet that the winner will pie the other person. Taco Corp almost got the win. Came down to the last point. He lost by 1 point, so now he's going to get pied. I believe the pieing is going to go down tomorrow at Ronnie's house. So I'm going to record it, and it's going to be the intro to, for the most part, every video that I make the remainder of the season. So that's going to be fun. So let's see how Garza won. Now, Garza left quite a bit of points on the bench. Robert Woods, Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins didn't score more than Tyrod Taylor, so that didn't really care. That didn't really matter. Garza did draft Jay Ajayi, ended up dropping him. So he drafted Aaron Foster and Ajayi. He dropped Ajayi, and Ajayi went off for like 33 points. So that's gonna be the hot ticket on the waiver wire. So hopefully somebody gets him and puts him to some good use, and hopefully he continues to perform the way he performed last week. So Taco Corp, it sucks because he set a good lineup. Just guys did not show up. Eddie Royal, Tavon Austin, they didn't do anything. Had he just gone with Kenny Britt, he would easily have won, like super easy. So bad lineup, you're gonna get pied in the face. Alright, Spencer Ward, 22 points. And Tyrod Taylor, 19 points. Pretty much the only bright spots on Garza's team. His 3 wide receivers did not do shit this week. T.Y. didn't do anything against the Texans. Allen Robinson didn't do anything. And A.J. Green didn't do anything. So, and then Mike Evans, I believe, was on the bye week. So, it was a bad week for for Garza's team, but he comes out with the win. He is not going to get pied in the face, and he's going to enjoy pushing his pie, not sexually, but pushing a pie into Taco's face. It's going to be hilarious, guys. It's going to be hilarious. So I may have lost this week, but I'm not going to get a pie in my face. Alright, let's check out the next team. Alright, so Despicable Lee versus Team Moreno. Despicable Lee lost the game. Isaiah Carell, Darren Sproles, Cole Beasley, John Brown, Jordy Nelson, Russell Wilson, Cardinals defense, Darren Sproles, and Justin Tucker. Pretty good team. He left a lot of points on the bench. Michael Thomas, Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden. I didn't even know that guy was still playing. So yeah, so pretty good team, but they're not did not manage to win at all this week. Team Moreno has Eli Manning, Ryan Matthews, Jordan Howard, Odell Beckham, monster game. Brandon Cooks, monster game. Joe Flacco, Mac Jones on the bench. So yeah, so Team Moreno manages to win very easily. Um, so yeah, so it looks pretty good. It looks like he has a good team. He was able to get a chunk of points from his two starting wide receivers. Finally, Odell Beckham, they get to talk about how he performed on the field and now how he was acting out. Now I was listening on the radio. They were talking about he was kicking some kind of net, or he proposed to a net or something like that. I'm gonna have to look up that video and see what the hell they're talking about. But yeah, for the most part, this guy, either you love him or you hate him. A lot of the younger kids obviously are gonna love him, but you know, most of the like older older fans, they don't care too much for him because of the way he acts. I personally don't like Odell Beckham too much. He takes being a diva wide receiver to the next level. But hell of a football player though, hell of a football player. Hopefully he manages to not get the not start acting like T.O., like how T.O. ended up getting traded towards the end of his career and just acted crazy everywhere he went, and all they could talk about was how crazy he was, and no one wanted to talk about how good he was at football, which he wasn't good anymore at that point. Uh, so yeah, so Team Moreno take easy win over Despicable Lee, and Despicable Lee, and it's actually I think he's in last place now, so kind of sucks, man. So hopefully me and Despicable Lee can turn this around and make a late playoff push, even though the odds are against us, very high against us. All right, so let's go to the next guys. Next team, guys. Okay, so Dr. Grontopis versus Camasteel. This was by far the game of the week, the matchup of the week. No pie in this win or loss, but two of the highest scoring teams of the week, 125 to 124. So Ronnie had the lead going into the Monday night game. David Johnson had to pretty much do exactly what he did. Uh, and okay, so he had Brandon Marshall and David Johnson. The Doctor from Topis had Brandon Marshall and David Johnson. They combined to a total of 38 points, and all he needed was 38 points to win. That is crazy. That is crazy. Dr. Grontopis does have a very good team. Uh, Dak Prescott, Christian Michael, David Johnson, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, Vernon Davis, Jonathan Stewart. Giants D didn't do much, and Dan Carpenter, the kicker from the Buffalo Bills. His bench didn't do anything, but his starters did all the talking. David Johnson is by far the best running back in the league. So, yeah, 38 points on Monday night game, and that's exactly how many points he needed. Me and George were laughing about it. We were texting during the game, and because David Johnson was just getting touchdown after touchdown, man, it was ridiculous. I was just like, man, whoever is playing against him is going to hate Monday night. Now Ronnie did manage to set up an amazing lineup, got him 124 points, went into the Monday night game with a 37-point lead. But who would have known they were going to score 38 points? So Cam Newton did what Cam Newton does. Very good fantasy game out of Cam Newton. C.J. Anderson underperformed again.
All right, guys. So let's see what Ronnie did. Um, he actually, like I said, he managed to put up a lot of points. He set up a perfect lineup. Now he did leave a lot of points on his bench. Um, Most notably, Terrence West. If he would have started Terrence West, he would have won. Um, so yeah. So moving forward, he does have a very loaded team. Uh, Will Fuller is going to continue to. He's going to continue to get pretty good points. DeAndre Hopkins is gonna show up sooner or later. They're gonna figure out a way to get some more points out there. Torrey Smith. It looks like now that they have a deep throwing, um, Colin Kaepernick can throw the ball deep. So maybe having Colin Kaepernick on the 49ers as a starting quarterback is gonna help out Torrey Smith a lot more. Um, that's my goddamn morning alarm. Um, Last night I started the video, fell asleep before I could finish it. Okay, so yeah, moving forward, Roddy does have a very loaded team. Now that Terrence West has solidified his number one spot, no more Justin Forsett. He should be able to produce in the 15, 20 points per game. He solidified himself as an RB1. So hopefully, Rodney can get back to his win streak. This is he went 3-0 at the beginning. Now he's 0-3. So he started off hot, calmed down like I thought it was gonna happen, but he's done some pretty good waiver wire claims, so um, he should be all right. He should be in a good position. A simple add drop here and there, or just better management, he should get back to winning. Um, but yeah, tough loss for Ronnie. Just 2 weeks in a row, there's very tough losses. All right, let's go to the last team, and then I'm gonna upload. All right, so the last teams are the Harambeans versus Thor's Hammer. Just like Ronnie, Thor's Hammer has slowed down. Things are catching up to him. Justin Forsett, horrible start. Jeremy Hill, not. I think he's still playing injured. Matter of fact, but nonetheless, they did get behind, so they had men in the run, just like with Gio Bernard. Now the only reason Bobby Bernard got a couple more points because he is the pass catcher running back, so they probably used him a little bit more in the air attack. Um, he started Colby Fleener. I mean, other than his running backs, he did pretty damn good at setting up a starting lineup. By far, that was his weak point. Um, Derek Carr, kind of slowing down. Kansas City looks like they got their shit together as far as defensive front. The Harambes, up and down team themselves, but they are 3-3, so they're doing pretty good. Uh, Matthew Stafford, 27 points. Lamar Miller, 28 points. Again, I was at the Texans game, and that fucking ending of that game was fucking sweet. It was well worth to staying up late. Matt Forte, 1 point, man. Matt Forte coming back down to earth. Kevin Benjamin, 8 points. Hunter Henry, I picked him up in one of my other leagues. I needed a tight end. Now that Jordan Reed is still injured, he might miss a second week. I'm not sure. So he managed to win by a good chunk of points. With only 4 players scoring in double digits, which was more than enough. Um, so moving forward, looks like the Harambe is going to be pretty good. He has Stephon Diggs on the bye and Jacquizz Rodgers. Now it looks like Doug Martin's back, so that's good. I have him in a couple of other leagues. So having Jacquizz Rodgers probably not going to warrant a roster spot, but let's see. Um, T. Yeldon maybe getting the starting role over Chris Ivory, but Chris Ivory is going to get the goal line touches. So moving forward, Stephon Diggs over Tyrell Williams seems like the uh, seems like the automatic replacement. So he should be in good shape. Matthew Stafford looks like he got his shit together, and if he continues to play like he's playing right now to the remaining of the year, he is gonna be in our QB1, maybe finish in the top 10, maybe even higher than that. All right, guys. So that was weeks. This is 6 weeks review. Again, I lost 1-5. have the worst record, and unless I get my shit together, it's gonna be really hard to flip this around. So let's see how this goes. And I think tonight we're gonna record the pieing of we're gonna record J Lo getting pied. So that's gonna be pretty funny. So check out this week seven's predictions. I am gonna make it this time. I started recording it, but I got busy, so I couldn't get a chance to finish. So I am gonna record week seven predictions probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Now that everybody's waiver wires claims went through already. I did not get Niles Davis. I did not get Ajayi. So it kind of sucks. I really wanted Niles Davis. Garza got him, and I think Timo Reyno got Ajayi. So let's see how that goes. Um, let's see how that goes, and let's hope that the pieing is well worth uh, the loss for J-Lo. So um, all right, guys, click like, subscribe, and like I said, I will be uploading the predictions video hopefully before Thursday night game or Thursday morning. So check out the video. I appreciate the support. All right, man.